Hey everyone, welcome back to Analytics Success. Here we look at data analytics and solving everyday business problems using tools that are easily available to us. We will look at a very interesting problem today. If you're tired of manually updating status tables and dashboard, then today's video is just for you. We're going to see how we can use the filter function and put all this on autopilot. And the best part is, it's very easy to do and will save you a ton of time. So let's get started. Let's look at this data set that we have. This is the sales data for products like desktops, laptops, phones, and tablets. These are sold through different channels in different regions. The first thing we want to do is see a simple use of the filter function. Let's say we want to see the sales data for just the North region. We can write the filter function in the cell F2. Filter. The function expects three parameters, where the first one is array. For array, you need to provide the data that you want to filter. So I will select the entire data A2 to D65. The next parameter is called include and it refers to the filter condition. Since we want to see the data only for the North region, we can write the condition as C2 to C65 is equal to North. We have selected C2 to C65 as this is where the region details for the data are mentioned. And remember to write North in double quotes. The last parameter is an optional parameter and we will look at it shortly. For now, we can close the bracket and the data for North is visible. This result is a dynamic array result and it will auto update if there is a change in our main data. This is unlike pivot tables where you have to manually refresh the pivot tables to reflect the changes made in data. To show this to you, I will update the value in cell C6, which is currently south, to north. As I update the value, you will see it getting added in the result. Now if I change it back to south, you will see that the data disappears automatically. So this is a simple use of the filter function. Now let's look at what is the use of the last parameter if empty. Before we do that, I will make a change in the formula that we have written. Instead of the region as north, I will write central. We get the calc error. The reason for this error is that our data is only for 4 regions: north, east, west and south. We don't have any data for central region. To take care of this error, we will use the optional parameter if empty. In case the output of the filter function doesn't result in any rows, then it refers to the instructions you provide in the optional parameter. Let's provide some text for the last parameter. We can write no rows returned in double quotes. Since there is no central region, this time instead of an error, it shows no rows returned. Now let's look at how do we apply multiple conditions using the filter function. We will start with OR. The OR condition is applied when you have to filter data on more than one values in a single column. As an example, we will filter data where the channel is either store or other retail. This will give us a view of what are the sales from physical stores. So we will write the function from start, filter. For the first parameter array, we will select the entire data A2 to D65. For the next parameter, we have two conditions. B2 to B65 is equal to store or B2 to B65 is equal to other retail. Whenever we have more than one condition, we need to write them in brackets. So let's start with the first one. Open bracket. B2 to B65 is equal to store. Store in double quotes. Bracket close. To indicate OR, we will use the plus operator. And now we will provide the second condition. Open bracket. B2 to B65 is equal to other retail. Bracket close. We can ignore the optional parameter and close the bracket for the filter function. And we get the result. Now let's look at one more use of the filter function. This time we will filter the data based on conditions in different columns. In such situation, we will use the AND condition. For AND condition, the syntax is similar to the OR condition, except instead of plus, we use the star operator. Let's filter data for phones that was sold via the online channel. We will begin by writing filter. Array is A2 to D65. Bracket open for the first condition. The first condition is A2 to A65 equal to phones. Bracket closed. We will write the multiplication or the star symbol for the AND condition. Bracket open for the next condition. B2 to B65 equal to online. Brackets close for the condition and another bracket close for the filter function. And we get our result. And there you have it. That's how you use the filter function. If you found this tutorial helpful, make sure to give it a thumbs up. Leave a comment with any questions or topics you like us to cover. And don't forget to subscribe our channel Analytics Success for more tips and tricks on Excel and data analytics. Thanks for watching.